different time, but right now it's 3 o'clock. Always wanted to get there, but that's not the point.
Should I turn my pen back on? Is this going to be important?
Everything is important in my class.
Yes. All right.
All right, so everyone get out your little 3 sentences that need unnecessary words removed, impugned, excised, expunged, obliterated, shuffled loose of the mortal coil.
Exile.
Exile's good too. Very good.
And what is this assignment on?
This is the pop quiz I gave you just before you left. Although
I can't find her phone.
I don't suppose that
Misconception.
anyone.
Misconceptions.
Oh, it was the last part of the homework for a second.
Yeah.
All right, we're not.
Yeah, I say that was the word I'm trying to find.
All right, don't worry about it right now. We're just going to go over the first 3. All right, cool. So, anyone here want to read the first sentence out for me?
Sure.
Mr. West, belted loud, belted proud.
All right, number 1. We are no longer able to reconcile. I didn't use therefore.
Where you at?
Hold on. Let me just get it all down. We're no longer able
Every time you're
to.
supposed to do it at the.
Quiet, Martinez. Quit pointing out when I'm wrong.
Where's this at? Where's
This is number 1 of the pop quiz. You
You
printed it wrong.
This will look like
No, there it is. Sorry.
You want to do a close all the way?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay. Okay, so these are the answers here.
Please pretend it's challenging. We're no longer able to reconcile. First part of the sentence. Go on.
Okay.
Therefore,
No, I didn't use therefore.
right, but we're writing it out because not everyone is.
Okay.
Therefore,
Therefore, attorneys will be
used to
affect the.
affect the dissolution of a marriage.
Okay.
Affect the dissolution. Yes, Martinez, what do I have to be kidding you about? All right, guys, so what does it sound like besides a letter from Henry VIII to the Pope? What, no history fans? Okay, fine.
It's too long and overcrowded and barren and everything.
All right.
Doing the marriage.
So what about it makes it overcrowded and what words are unnecessary?
Out.
Therefore.
All right, so Mr. West hones in on the conjunction or the link. Like, you know how we talked about and being the link between sausages?
Yes.
There are other words that form that functions, but however, sometimes other stuff like that. But and, so
No longer.
this is the link between 2 different thoughts. So it can be cut, but if you cut that, the catch is you have to cut a lot of other things.
Yes.
Because if you just cut that, the whole thing goes. So tell me what else you would do. Hold on, we'll get to you. There's 3 sentences.
Are we doing all the same sentences?
Oh, then I'll just hand it
All
up to
on
you.
that dissolve the marriage.
Hold on, Mr. Taliaferro. I'm working on. I'm working with Mr. West right now. Here,
Okay,
it's
this one.
here. It's these 3. We're just doing these.
Right. See, I got this one.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Just follow along as we go. My apologies. All right,
Excuse me, Mr. Shaw, can I say something before you go any further?
please.
Why aren't we
I
going
welcome
over
it.
the top part? And why are we just dumping it into the middle?
Because the top part, I hope at least, you read before you continued
Well,
your
I mean, we read,
statements.
but we should, don't you think we should go over it still?
We're going to after we're done what you guys wrote down. Okay, so Mr. West, can you tell me what else you would cut?
Effect.
Will be used to affect. Used to.
To effect.
To affect.
The solution?
Dissolution means to break apart. To affect the dissolution of our marriage. Very good. Will be used.
Will be used.
Okay, so that is Mr. West's version. Who here has a different version? So as it reads, it is we are no longer able to reconcile. let's say comma or semicolon, whatever. Attorneys will be used the dissolution of marriage.
What difference?
It says to effect.
Okay, so good. You're at least catching on what isn't absolutely necessary. Okay? So let's hear what someone else has to say while we go on this. Ms. Taliaferro, what do you have for this?
We are unable to reconcile. Take out no longer able to put in unable. We are unable to reconcile.
That's a
I
good
was
one.
curious about what kind of punctuation to put there because I took out therefore and I have attorneys will dissolve our matters. Take everything.
Right to the point.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so your version says we are unable to reconcile.
Stop. Take out therefore.
So again, therefore gets the X.
Right.
Period up here. Attorneys will be used to effect the dissolution of our marriage.
No.
Therefore, gets the
Attorneys
X.
will
Yeah, it's the
dissolve
That's what
our.
I did.
Work.
Took it out.
Sorry, I was busy listening to Martinez. That was my fault.
But that's
Speak
the
up.
same type of word for dissolution. It's in the same family of dissolve.
All right. So attorneys will be used to dissolve the
Dissolve.
marriage. You're gonna cut it even deeper. So you're gonna use not dissolution but dissolve. Attorneys will be used to dissolve the marriage. Our marriage. Yeah. Okay. I can see how that would work. Anyone else have any other modifications they feel obligated to make with this their sentence? By the way, you all have the right idea. You're cutting what isn't absolutely necessary, and this is two sentences. Because the vocabulary used. Does it sound like anyone you know?
No comment.
Yeah, smart. No, the verbiage in this is such that it can't be one sentence. The words are too big and too nuanced, at least in this current form, to make it a complex sentence, at least with the tools we have available to us right now. So this is going to be two sentences. Anyone else have any modifications of this, or do you just want to go 2 for 1?
I have a question.
Yes.
What punctuation did you use behind the word reconcile?
We are unable to reconcile.
Did you stop at that sentence there?
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. Period.
Period.
You're unable to reconcile. Full thought. We cannot make up. We cannot, possibly bridge this gap.
So the
Period. That's the end of the first thought. Therefore, attorneys will be used to effect the dissolution of marriage. That's fine. Wordy, fine. If you want to cut it down, make it more businesslike, it's what Taliaferro did. It's what Mr. West did. All right, second one. This will be quick, I promise.
So, which is the first one? Just therefore?
If you want to cut unnecessary words, therefore is unnecessary because you've already stated, if I can get everyone's attention, once you've already stated the main thrust of the sentence, and if this is going to be a paragraph, like, we are unable to reconcile, period. Attorneys will be brought into effect the dissolution of our marriage. The estate will be split into 3 parts, one for me, one for my husband, and one for my child. Any other remaining monetary gain will go to the IRA, whatever, who knows. But if this was a sentence, this is the beginning of it. And this is the point we are unable to reconcile. Does everyone here get what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're going to get into this about paragraph structure along with sentence structure. Always say the main point first. Always say, if the person can only remember one thing about your writing, they'll remember that first sentence because you put it up there and it keeps their attention. We are unable to reconcile. Simple, sweet, people understand what they're saying. Well, maybe not sweet if you're actually in the situation, but you get the idea. Mr. Robinson?
Mine was a question, not answer to that. It was a comment to the sentence, the first sentence.
The second one.
Are you talking about, title or body of a paragraph?
Okay.
Or both?
You ever hear that phrase, start with your best foot forward?
Yeah.
that applies absolutely in paragraph writing. Start with your point first, and
Is
then
that what
support
we're
it.
talking about, a paragraph?
What?
Is that what we're talking about, a paragraph?
Oh, no, that was a,
You want one sentence.
right, we're doing unnecessary words right now. But as we move on in the semester, we're going to move to paragraph form soon. Isn't that right, Mr. Dodson? Oh, yeah. All right, Mr. Kenneth, you'd be so kind as to read number 2 for me.
It said the weather had adverse impact on our boat, resulting in the necessity to rescue us from the water.
Resulting in the what?
Resulting
In
in the necessity to rescue us from the water.
Adverse.
Okay. So, Mr. Ken, what words do you think don't belong? We're going over this.
Yeah. Yeah, underline what I.
Got it. I'll call on you at some point. Mr. Ken, what words don't you think not belong here?
Resulting in the reason
Adverse. You said resulting and what?
in the reason.
Resulting in okay. I see. Okay, so the weather had an adverse impact on our boat, resulting in the necessity to rescue us from the water. First of all, can I point out, if any of you try to write like this in an attempt to sound like you're using your vocabulary, there's a difference between using your vocabulary and using it improperly. And this is just so muddled. There's a reason they put this as an example of a sentence with too many unnecessary words. The action part, rescue us from the water, doesn't even show up till the end. It's an afterthought. Who cares about that? They make it sound dull. This could have been a great sentence with, swashbuckling adventure and Oscar not on his cell phone and, people nearly drowning in Titanic. Did anyone say that movie? No.
Yeah.
All right.
I
anyway.
like the sentence down the bottom, but easier.
It was. So, what Mr. Kenneth would cut out resulting. Okay.
I would cut off result in
I would cut off everything after vote.
the necessary.
Everything after vote when you have to be up.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
I think the whole sentence down the bottom, from my reading,
Yeah.
made much more sense, and it was less drawn out. Because that looked like 3 or 4 different sentences.
Oh, you mean number 3?
Yes, number 2.
Oh, right. Okay, I concur. Adverse impact. Cut adverse impact. That's 2 words that are just stupid. You can have an adverse impact on an economy when you swamp the market, but adverse impact on a boat means your boat got swamped and you had to be rescued.
That's right. It's
Okay?
already making a
We're
statement.
going to make it clear. I mean, you can use nebulous terms for nebulous concepts. Like if we're talking about the stock market, adverse impact is great. Why wouldn't you use that? Because it could be measured in a lot of different ways.
Exactly.
But if we're talking about a near shipwreck, say, our boat hit a sudden squall and we had to be rescued from the water. Okay? So, if it were me, I would cut adverse impact. It's a stupid phrase. It adds nothing, it's unclear, and it's foggy, and it also takes away all the excitement from the sentence. Anyone here disagree with that?
Yes.
Oh, let's hear it.
Now,
Oh.
number 1,
Okay, just being ornery, Miss Jetta.
No, I was just thinking, look at the book. I didn't mean to answer that.
Okay, all
I
right.
meant to say.
All right, so that does it for the pop quiz. Number 3 is really easy. The leak in the bottom of the
I
boat.
went to number 2.
We just did number 2.
Yeah, but mine,
Let's hear yours.
here,
Yeah.
adverse.
You Together?
The weather had impacted, take out on, weather had impacted our boat. Zero or semicolon one, resulting in rescue from the water. Take out the necessity impact.
Right. Resulting in our rescue from the water.
The weather had impacted our boat, resulting in rescue from the water. You know what's going on because the boat's going down
True.
already, so you don't have to draw it out.
Alright, makes sense. Good. Alright, that about does it for this part anyway. So, everyone, I hope, was honorable and ignored the fact that the answers were right after the pop quiz. Yeah, well, you know,
You see it now.
you can get a lot on trust.
They didn't know.
You tell them
This
that
is
it's
for
not
this
great.
on it.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of the idea. It's Kansas City Shuffle. So, all right. So,
But you know, you didn't tell us to change the sentence all the way around.
Mr. Kenneth, yes.
You didn't tell us to do
I
that.
prefer to use all three
Okay. Why is that?
because within knowledgeable reason, it draws out a much more meaning and a better understanding, better comprehension of what the sentence and the quote was
Explain.
quote was, you know, the quote was, the quote expectations, in other words.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, yes. This pop quiz was really more of an exercise in editing than simple word eradication. These things, come on now. Seriously, I'm like gonna, like, you know how they do weapons checks at airports? I'm just gonna do a cell phone check and take it away from you at the beginning of each class. Anyway, so this is really more of an editing exercise than, like, none of these sentences, if you just cut one or two words, it's fine. Like, look at the pop quiz answers. Look at the bottom. After 1, 2, and 3. Like, the first sentence, like, for a possible answer was, instead of, we are no longer able to reconcile, therefore attorneys will be used to effect the dissolution of our marriage, is translated into plain actual human English as, we've hired more attorneys to help us with our divorce.
Exactly.
So this is more of an editing exercise.
Yeah, you
All right.
don't go that far.
Alright, the second one was our boat capsized in the storm, so we needed rescue. This is an exercise in getting to the point, making it sharp.
The weather.
Alright, so this is more getting the meaning out of a convoluted nest of words rather than just excising a few like a cancer and hoping it works better. Alright, so. Dude, you're sick of looking at worksheets.
You
Yes,
know we
sir.
are.
Oh, no. See, here's my clever stratagem. If you want to hear it. Yes, Mrs. Wahlberg, you're here? Oh, say yes. Because it's just saying auto archive. Rosalind?
Posted on Tuesday, August the 3rd. August 3rd is on Saturday. 2010. What is that for?
What?
On the bottom of my page, I printed out. Posted on Tuesday, August 3rd, 2010, 1905.
Don't worry about that. It's not relevant to the class.
Okay.
Okay? So, here's been my grand stratagem in these first few classes. And we'll continue for maybe 4 or 5 more, but not too many. My grand stratagem is to use, stuff like this, unnecessary word stuff. By the way, the second one, you're going to be doing more practice for this. Anyone here know the phrase GIST, G-I-S-T, or word GIST? GIST? Is that how it's pronounced? GIST? Yes.
Yes. J-E-S.
No. No, what you're thinking of is jest. Oh my god, this thing's terrible. Let me just briefly murder it.
Now, when are we going to be using them in the workplace, though?
Look, jest is a joke. Like if I said, hold on, Ms. Taliaferro, allow me to explain. Jest, if I said, A piece of string walks into a bar, the bartender says, I don't serve pieces of string, etc., etc., etc. That's a jest. Or if I say, knock, knock, who's there? That's a jest. However, gist, or gist, for some reason,
Gist.
pronounced like a J.
That it really, they spell it with a G?
Yeah, they spell it with a G for some reason. Trust me, they do.
It's just.
Go on dictionary.com. Prove me wrong.
No,
Go on.
it's just.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Ah,
Very
yes,
much.
it is. Good. Because that's part of what is it? Unnecessary word practice, which is the second document attached to the email, is going to ask you to do. This is less about removing unnecessary words and getting to the gist, which is reading a convoluted sentence like that marriage thing or the boat thing, and saying what they're trying to say basically boils down to this. Like I could say, I would be pleased to inhume all of the excessive verbiage found profligate in the English language. Roughly translated, that means I would be happy to edit your work. Yes, Mr. Robinson.
The reason why I like the word jest
Yes.
because it can make a better quote instead of making unnecessary pronunciation, because that will break the sentence all the way down into no meaning.
True enough. I concur. Anyone here ever use a sieve? You know what a sieve is? Sieve, strainer. You know what you put pasta in after you've boiled it? You know, you dump it in that thing with all the holes? Colander. I was always brought up on sieve. I don't know why they always said sieve. But okay, fine. Colander, if you will. You know how you put something in there and all the other things that are smaller than the holes or larger than the holes don't go through? That's what the gist is doing. You're filtering out the words that don't make sense and you're translating the sentence from very abstract, high-flying notions into, and then this happened. Okay? So open up the second document and get to work on that for a little bit.
The second one?
There's a second one. I'll show you. I'll get it up for you.
What about all the other stuff that came with the, put your sentence on diet?
Ignore it from there. Or ignore it for now.
Jim, what's the sense of giving it over if you're gonna ignore it?
I said ignore it for now, Miss Rosalind.
I'm confused, I really am confused.
I'm going to come over and make you unconfused.
Okay, so print this.
Yeah.
Alright, let me put my name in. Always put my name in.
Oh, no, I got it.
Interesting. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Alright, so print out only the first page.
And that's the student practice unnecessary words
Yeah.
from 1 through 12?
Yeah.
Okay, very
So,
good. Okay.
remember how I told you the, oh, so you're right. Okay, room 2. Room 2, page 1. Remember how I told you about the gist? This is going to be a little bit more surgical.
What,
Let's
diet?
start with the sentence.
No.
With diet.
No, we're doing what looks like this. The student practice unnecessary words, do the second one. Just do this. You only need to cut out a certain amount. Yes.
Charlie, when you're looking at the email, the attachment, you keep saying 2. The diet one is on the second part.
Right.
So
right,
it has
right.
to be the
I
first
apologize.
one. That's
First
okay.
one.
This is where I think everything's getting confused.
My apologies. All right, so
So
here you
it's the
go.
first one.
So, while I did just give you a small lecture on the importance and priority of getting the gist of a complicated sentence, this is the opposite. This is easy. If this takes you 5 minutes, I will be horrified because it's not 5 minutes worth of work. Okay, take you 10 minutes, I'll be horrified because it's not 10 minutes worth of work. So go through, cut out the words that aren't necessary. I'll make copies for you.
That's the one that's already got a
So many
good
copies?
We're
Yeah.
about to print out a whole bunch of extra.
No such thing as extra stuff in my class, Martinez. Alright, let me show you.
Can I ask where we are at this very moment? Just asking us.
I'll show you, Ms. Talifaro.
You haven't told us yet, okay.
It says the second page.
Second page is, unnecessary words.
Print out a couple.
Second page is unnecessary words.
He wants the first page where it's 1 through 12. But if you look on your email, on the attachments, it's
about to be a
actually,
moot point.
it's
I'm
on the
printing out like
right-hand
20 of them.
side. It's the wrong one, you have to be on the left-hand side. Don't print out the one that says diet. Do the other one that says, practice unnecessary words. And only the first page.
Yeah, they got 1 through 12.
That's it, 1 through 12.
Here you go, we're doing that.
So this is what we're doing right
Right
this
now,
moment.
that's what we're
What
doing.
about the second page of this?
It
Put
can
it
be
together?
second.
The double negative?
Double negatives we're gonna get to either at the end of this class or the beginning of next class.
Is that the second page that you're talking about?
Yes, that is
So that particular attachment came to the page.
Yeah.
We're on the first page.
Yeah, we're just doing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, who doesn't have one?
Who doesn't have the assignment? I was confused about the assignment.
I'm not confused about it, I like to have one.
Here you go, here you go.
Like that.
After this, we're gonna do some free writing, then some presentation,
Anyone
and we'll
else?
wrap it up. Easy enough?
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. No, but I will review it with you. Let me have one of those before. Might as well do some things.
Okay, I'll try to step on that other word. Underline, this is what we just did. That you just recorded.
What?
The one that we did on the board.
What about it?
Is it the same as that?
No. I mean, what I just handed to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just cut out everything that makes it, like, can you make the sentence shorter? If you can, do. Doesn't matter how many you cut out, as long as when you read it, that stands as a sentence on its own.
Like, so hard to take.
You said, underline double negative. I don't even know what a double negative is.
No, Miss Roslin. We're only doing the first page. The first 12.
Just dive in there.
Because I haven't gone over double negatives.
You didn't even go over this part. You giving us stuff and you're not even going over it. The other part, right here. You're not even going over it. You got me confused.
That's good. I'm going to do it this time.
Diane.
This stuff right here. The diet out here.
Let's stand up.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. Go over this part. Why are we going over the middle?
She needs one?
I need understanding of this stuff.
I can't run.
I really do.
Pretty good. Fast to shape of your writing. It's a big simple with presentation.
Whatever makes sense to you, just strike it out.
That's the new point.
So what all this stuff is what? Just don't pay no attention?
When you highlight something, that's the main point. See?
I have that.
So, you have it? Yeah. Alright, so
I
using
get
that
it.
principle, like if you can erase a word, you should. Or if you can, you should. Using that, we're going to do these 12.
Don't worry about the double negative.
Double negatives, not a problem. Sorry I confused you, Mr. Ross.
Alright.
I'll be more succinct.
first two, I think. Yeah.
Mr. Allison,
So what we going to do after we finish underlining and wait?
Wait for a moment, yes.
Okay, I'm done.
okay, so we won't have to give it to you right now, you said.
No,
Okay.
we're gonna review it together, then we're gonna move on to a writing exercise.
Okay.
Chris is in the city.
Oh, the nine square, I'm talking about the regular pencils.
Oh,
The
regular
students, students. Grade pencils.